He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets.
And we are live for the release of the 2022 NFL schedule. We appreciate everybody for tuning in with us once again here in the Ingles Studio. Don't forget, Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices. Love the savings. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Flostradamus, Jeremy Greene, and how do you like what you're seeing so far?
My Jets pissed somebody off real bad.
Season's not going to start off too well for you.
This reminds me of 2019, where we start 3-6 and end up like 8-9. Oh, we play every team in the AFC North the first 4 weeks of the year.
That
is disgusting.
That is absolutely gross. We are going to have the full dump of the schedule coming very, very shortly. We are awaiting the coverage on our television here.
I am genuinely just waiting for it to show up on Twitter, and I know it's coming.
We do know the first full week schedule will open up with the Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday Night Football. And then the 1 o'clock slate of games on that Sunday, September the 11th, will be New Orleans at Atlanta, San Francisco at the Bears. We got the Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals, Philadelphia Eagles at the Detroit Lions, New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. The third year in a row the Dolphins have to start out the season with the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say it quite that way. This year they get to start at the New England Patriots.
Well, yeah, they will be favored this year. We're not favored last year, but they did pull out that one point win, 17-16. I'll still never forget Brian Hall trying to race back. We had gone to Charlotte to see your New York Jets.
That didn't go well.
Against the Carolina Panthers. And then racing back, Brian Hall tuning in to try to hear his Miami Dolphins pull out the win over the New England Patriots, and they did so. The difference between this game and the previous two season openers against the Patriots is that this one is going to be in Miami, and it could be a shellacking.
In the comments, feel free to ask about whatever team, because every team just dumped their shit on Twitter. So we can and over the next couple days we'll be putting out our prognostications. That'll be tomorrow's ESPN Radio show.
Yep.
Going through division by division and doing that thing that we got much maligned for last year, saying that the Bengals were going to win 2 games.
2 games. I think I had them at 1.
All right, we have our first request.
Oh, wait.
I'm still pissed off that doesn't work.
Was she a great big fat person?
I thought I had sounds.
Oh. Well, poo.
I thought I had sounds.
All right, so we're looking for where's my yeah? There we go. There we go. Our first request is for
the Washington Commanders.
The Washington Commanders. All right, let's see if...
Oh, and they're one of those teams, of course, that had to put out a fucking graphic. Like, oh, look, we made this cute thing that spins around and does bullshit.
All right. So ESPN does not have it up yet.
Like, in theory, I could play that, but it's 4 freaking minutes long.
Oh,
come on, Washington. Like, do gooder, you bunch of bitches.
They don't have they have not
They didn't put out a graphic. They put out a video of somebody breaking a big glass pane with a sledgehammer.
That's
Ground Zero said he found out about us from the Bengals prediction video. We're hoping we don't miss anyone that badly this year.
I feel like
it would be hard to miss a team as badly as we did.
Yeah,
Cincinnati. But we're glad you found us and stuck around in spite of the fact that we talked copious shit about your team.
I feel like there's
until we didn't.
Not a good chance of that happening. Again, that's the first time. The first time we have ever missed, you or I have ever missed on a team that poorly.
I don't know that it's possible to miss on a team that poorly.
Right.
Let's see. I mean,
Yeah.
Why? Somebody just Photoshop's a thing. You've had this for 4 freaking hours.
Longer than that, right? I mean, the team's got notified of this.
Yeah, but they can't leak it. I've had the Jets.
Yeah, but you should have the graphic ready to go.
I've had the Jet schedule for 2 hours. Like, come on.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. You should have the graphic.
Patrick Holt said Washington going to Washington. I'm not going to lie. Usually I try to be nice during these things, but right now I kind of agree with that.
Oh, jeez.
And it's not like, oh my God.
Washington Commanders. We do know that they are going to open up the season, though, against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It will be the Carson Wentz revenge game because that was the last game that he won, or the last game that he played for the Indianapolis Colts.
And they are going to smoke Jacksonville. Oh, here we go. I finally found it. All right, week 1's Jacksonville. Week 2's at Detroit. Then you go Philadelphia, at Dallas, Tennessee, at Chicago, Green Bay, at Indy, Minnesota, at Philadelphia on Monday night, at the Texans, Falcons, at the Giants, bye week, Giants again, at the 49ers on Christmas Eve, Browns, Cowboys. That's I mean, I hate to say this without looking at the other schedules in the division. Mm-hmm. That's really easy. I mean, the NFC East had the 4 easiest schedules of any team in the league.
Right.
But I mean, I'm looking at Washington right here going, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 games that I don't see how you possibly lose. You sneak 2 more, and you're right around 500. Mm-hmm. And there are a few that I wanted to say, you probably could. Because I only gave them 1 game against the Giants, and I didn't give them another game in the division. And I still got to 6. So that's Patrick Holt said that doesn't sound easy. By comparison, would you like to compare? My schedule sucks.
Well, I also feel like you can compare that to any of the schedules in the NFC South. Because that's going to be a daunting schedule. Even for the best teams in the division.
I mean, Washington got a break there.
Good.
It starts really, I mean, you should be 2-0. No doubt you should be 2-0. You play Jacksonville at home, then you play at Detroit. Mm-hmm. That should be 2 wins.
Yep.
Get Carson Wentz off on the right foot, get everything together. Hopefully the defense is more 2020 than 2021. Mm-hmm. I don't see why that team can't go 8-9, 9-8.
Yep. And then
in that division, that might win the damn thing.
And then you'll have a 3-game stretch that's pretty tough. 2 division opponents, Philadelphia and Dallas, and then Tennessee. Then you get to go on Thursday night to Chicago and pick up a win.
God, Amazon spends all this money on Thursday night football. Have you seen the schedule for Thursday night football?
I haven't seen the full one, but I do know that the
awful.
only primetime game that your Jets got was on a Thursday night against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ugh. I mean, good for you. You're going to get a primetime win.
This is Amazon's entire Thursday night schedule. Week 2, you get the Chargers at the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Game.
Steelers at the Browns.
That'll be good.
Dolphins at the Bengals. Oh, don't worry. There's a turn coming.
Yeah.
Colts at the Broncos.
That's a strong start.
Oh, this is where it turns. Commanders at the Bears. Saints at the Cardinals. Ravens, Bucks.
Saints, Cardinals. That could be a good game.
Stop. Eagles at the Texans. Falcons at the Panthers. Titans, Packers. Mm-hmm. Bills, Patriots.
Okay.
Raiders, Rams.
All right.
49ers, Seahawks, Jaguars, Jets, Cowboys, Titans. You spent $11 jillion for that. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, the Cowboys, Titans, that could be a good game.
You said gross really in a very strange way.
Gross? How's that gross? You would just hate Dallas now. Like,
I'm not
2
real fond of
years
Dallas.
after picking them to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you shit in my cornflakes. Tyler Cunningham asked how I feel about the Saints. I'm not going to lie. You got one of the nicest first 5 weeks of any team in the league. They go, let's see, I got to make sure which color switch. You start at the Falcons, then you go to the Bucs, Panthers, home to the Vikings, home to the Seahawks. You should be 4-1. And then you've got a bunch of toss-up games. You play the Bengals, which that is at home, which will help. They do have 3. Good God. They play 5 of 6 games at home. They play at Carolina on September the 25th. They play 1 road game between then and November the 13th.
Wow.
Good God. Yikes. Unfortunately, you end with 5 of your 7 games are on the road. That's not pretty.
And that's at Browns, at Eagles.
I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be popular.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure the Saints don't win that fucking division.
They're not going to win that division.
I'm not sure the Saints don't win that division. Okay, look at this, and then look at yours. I know what you're getting ready to say. Look at your schedule with a 9,000-year-old quarterback, who, by the way, has already got $40 gajillion.
Here it comes. The first Tom Brady's arm's gonna fall off at some point.
Okay, well, take what I just said, and now listen to this, because you go. Let's see. Of course, everything has to be color coded for the friggin' colorblind guy. At the Cowboys, at the Saints, Packers, Chiefs, Falcons, at the Steelers, at the Panthers, Ravens, Rams, Seahawks, and what the heck? Germany. It's like, what the fuck is that color? That is weird colors. I don't understand that. Then you get your bye. Browns in Cleveland. Home to the Saints. At the 49ers, Bengals, Cardinals, Panthers, Falcons. Saints are going to win this division. I'm telling you, right? That is my sweeping declaration of what I have seen so far. The Saints are going to win this division.
Okay.
And that's not really me saying they're better. That's me saying your schedule sucks.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference in the schedules.
No, there's quite a fucking gigantic difference in the schedule. Your first 6 weeks are disgusting. I think they play the Saints play a college in there somewhere. Yeah, that's my sweeping declaration of what I've seen so far. The New Orleans Saints are going to win the NFC South.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to scroll through and see. Mike Baker asked thoughts on the Chiefs. Let's see. Without looking at their full schedule, I can tell you every team I have seen whose schedule I went, damn, your schedule sucks, has the Chiefs on it.
Right.
It's usually a bad sign that yours is going to be pretty tough. Hey, leave it to a radio station to do a graphic I can fucking read. At the Cardinals, Chargers at the Colts, at the Bucs, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, bye. That's not pretty, but it's not as bad as it could have been. And then you go Titans, Jaguars, Chargers, Rams, Bengals, Broncos, Texans, Seahawks, Broncos, Raiders. That Chiefs, that's 12 wins. That's 12 wins all day.
That's a lot
Tyreek
of
Hill, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, it's a lot of playoff teams, but I mean, you don't have any, just looking at it from afar, you've got one stretch that, in terms of being away from home, that sucks. At the Bengals, at the Broncos, at the Texans, 13, 14, 15. Then you end with 2 or 3 at home. You're at the Raiders that last week. It's a 12-win schedule.
Yeah.
I thought looking at the opponents that I was going to hate Kansas City's schedule drastically more than I did.
Yeah, they did not
It's not bad.
They did not get fucked by the schedule makers in having a tough stretch. I mean, you even got a stretch of obviously the beginning of the season is not going to be great. With the Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers. That's a hell of a stretch before you get to your bye week.
And do you see a path they don't go 5-2? Because I don't. You're going to beat the 49ers.
It's going to be.
You catch the Raiders at home. That's probably a win.
Mm-hmm.
You'll beat the Cardinals. I would say you beat that Colts game is ugly.
Right.
That Colts-Bucks back-to-back. I mean, okay, so that's 4-3. Then look at what you get. Titans in your house off a week of rest.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have to the L.A.
Yeah, you got the L.A. back-to-back.
That sucks.
With the Bengals.
But then in your last 5, you go Broncos twice, Texans, Seahawks, Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
There's one game in that. There's probably one loss there. They'll end the season 4-1, and I think they start 4-3. All right, so you're to 8 wins, and you have to split in a series of 5 games that has the Jaguars in it.
Right.
To win 11. To me, a team that's as good as Kansas City is, I can't be mad about that.
Okay.
And for those coming in late, we will do tomorrow's ESPN radio show will be us going through and giving our prognostications for wins. This is basically just hey, let's sit around, and I was going to drink beer, but if I drank a beer right now, I'd fall asleep on camera.
Right.
So I'm drinking coffee out of a stein.
Let's see here. Somebody said in the comments that let's see.
Bradley Presley said the Colts schedule has a lot of divisional games in the beginning.
A lot of divisional games in the beginning.
I said looking at the opponent, just sheerly at the opponents, that I thought the Colts would win that division.
Well, let's see if they've got that full schedule posted. Nope, not yet.
I've got it.
Okay.
Week 1, so they got back-to-backers on the road, but it's the Texans and the Jaguars. Then you come home for 2, Kansas City, Tennessee. You split that, you're 3-1. Which one you win? I would say you probably beat Tennessee at home. Then you go Denver, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Washington, New England.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the bye week? There. Oh, God. That's a super late bye. They have the last bye week, week 14.
Damn.
So, I would say you come out of that first 9. I see 2 losable games there. There's 3 losable games, but you'll catch one of them. You're too good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say they're probably 7-2 after week 9. Then you've still got dates with, all of the NFC East except Washington, which should be 3 wins. Indianapolis is going to win a shitload of games. Indianapolis is the one I'm going to be really pissed off that I didn't put more money on while I was at the Cherokee Casino.
You can always go back. It's not that far of a drive.
It's not far. It's not far. It's so close, and it's so wonderful.
It's not a bad drive. And hopefully, knock on wood, and here's some wood. We'll knock on that wood that there won't be a late season collapse with the Giants and the Texans.
Oh, Gary Costin just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you much.
I'm not gonna lie. I just realized that the little notification that pops up on the screen, not good for colorblind people.
I
also realized that as I shake my leg, I'm shaking my camera, so I vowed to stop doing that.
Right.
I also realized that with how this camera setup is, I can actually put my feet up on the desk, and it's just fine.
The Indianapolis Colts, though,
these cameras are not as sharp, but by God, it's a hell of a lot more comfortable. I don't have to jack my chair up 43 feet in the air to. I'm not pissed about that.
Right. The Colts, and I think especially if they get Julio. I think Julio can be a very usable piece.
He's a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
You hope he's 70% of what he used to be. Mm-hmm. I could care less. I am trying my damnedest to be cynical about what I'm seeing with the Indianapolis Colts. I don't see it. I don't see how they go. I don't see how they're not 12-5. I said earlier I could see a path the Indianapolis Colts are the 1 seed in the AFC, and I am not backing off that.
Okay.
Indianapolis was done. They were done quite nicely by the old schedule makers.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about your Jets.
There's
a lot of talk in the comments about your Jets.
Hold on, we'll come back to my Jets because we've already mentioned them. But our newest subscriber, Gary, is asking about the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
said they've got a tough stretch.
Give me just a second here.
I love Twitter. The only reason I even have a Twitter, other than, to piss people off because it's something I just thoroughly love doing, is because it makes information so much easier to find. All right. Cincinnati's schedule. You start Pittsburgh, and their orange ones are at home. All right, so you're home to Pittsburgh, at Dallas and the Jets, home to Miami, at Baltimore, New Orleans, home to Atlanta, Cleveland on Monday night. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Cincinnati, Cleveland on Monday night on Halloween. Mm-hmm. That'll be fun. Do they do that solely because it's two teams that wear orange?
Maybe so.
Then you go Panthers, bye week, at the Steelers, at the Titans, home to the Chiefs, home to the Browns, at the Bucks, at the Patriots, home to the Bills and Ravens.
That's a
God. The end of that schedule is hellacious.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's funny? I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
I mean, week 11 through 18. I mean, if the Titans are good again, and the Steelers it's always tough to play in Pittsburgh in those division games.
This is going to be my really rush to judgment, way too early prognostication for the Bengals. I think you start 4-0. Okay. I like you better than all four of those teams. And the two shittiest of them you play are the two you play on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you split Baltimore, New Orleans. Even if you lost to Cleveland, you're sitting at 7-2 going into the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Make the playoffs, you need 3 wins. I would say you would beat Pittsburgh. I would say you would beat Tennessee, beat New England, and then the 4 toughest games are at home. I mean, it's not pretty,
right?
But it could have been a hell of a lot worse,
right?
I mean, a hell of a lot worse.
But there's not one game in that stretch from 11 to 18 that lets up.
I mean, shit, Pittsburgh.
But again, it's a division game
that
on the road.
That
in
offense
Pittsburgh.
against Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
I understand.
Good luck with that.
I understand.
You either have, let's see, noodle arm Mitch Trubisky or tiny hand little Kenny Pickett. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So
that's a night game after a bye week. Mm-hmm. Good God. Can I bet a game the week before Thanksgiving like now?
You don't care what the number is, you'll take it.
I could give a shit less. Okay. I'll lay 10 right now. I'll lay 10 not knowing anything.
Chiefs, Browns, Bucks, Patriots at the Patriots. Bills, Ravens. That's fucked up.
There's a team we haven't talked about yet. Because I feel like New England's been on every one of these schedules that we've been like, oh, that sucks. And that's the team I'm going, well, you'll beat New England. Which probably means that New England's schedule is ugly.
Well, let's just see.
All right, so they got Miami.
Yeah, and
at
then
Pittsburgh.
At Pittsburgh.
Shit.
And then they go Ravens, Packers back to back. Week 4's in Green Bay. And you got the Detroit Lions at home.
They could be 0-4, and it wouldn't shock me in the least. They could be 0-4. Matter of fact, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know how they're not going to be 0-4.
Yeah, I was going to say 1-3 is probably about the best you can hope for.
Then you got the Lions and the Bears separated by the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 wins and a loss. You got to split with the Jets and the Colts. You get the oh God,
Jets after a bye week. That's going to be another shellacking for your Jets.
Stop. It's cute that you think that.
Uh-huh.
And that's going into a short week where you play at Minnesota. Stop. New England sucks, and I gotta love it.
And then you go 3 primetime games in a row. Week 13 on Thursday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills at home. Then you go to the Arizona Cardinals for Monday Night Football on December the 12th. Then Sunday Night Football at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Sloan Jordan said if you ever were on the fence about Brady's impact and the league's love affair with him, this is the toughest New England schedule in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. And like him, fellow Jets fan, I love it too. I just love it. I can't wait to sit back to all those dipshits who are like, Mac Jones was the best quarterback in this class. Okay. Okay, pudding. Let's see how that ages.
And then you go.
Because I think it's going to be like milk.
I mean, they're going to close out the season with 3 losses.
They
Probably.
may not win a game from after Thanksgiving. They could lose 7 games in a row to end the season, and it wouldn't shock me in the least.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 2 easiest games on that side of the schedule are on the road, and they're on the West Coast.
Yep.
That is horrid.
Bengals, Dolphins, Bills, that 3-week stretch to end the
God,
season
it's
is
so
going to
pretty.
be tough.
Oh, it's so pretty. That's like watching somebody kick Bill right in the ding-ding, and I love it. God, that's beautiful. They're asking in the comments who got the most primetime games, and I don't know the answer to that, but I know where to find it.
I do not know the answer to that either. I mean, I would say the Bucs have to be high on that list.
I know who it's not because we got one, and it's with the Jaguars. I type in most prime, and Twitter goes, most primitive? Stop.
Well, see, the Bucs wound up
The
with
Bucs play 5.
Week
they
1,
have the max.
Week 1, Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. Week 4, Sunday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. You go Baltimore Ravens on October 27th. That's a Thursday night game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't have the day listed next to it here. New Orleans on Monday Night Football, December the 5th. Cardinals on Christmas night. And then you add in the international game. And you got 6 games where you're going to be the only team on. I know
Your schedule sucks.
I know 9:30 in the morning is not
I'm
not
just
prime time.
I'm actually looking at a metric that was put out by your team.
Uh-huh.
You play 4 MVP winners in Raymond James.
I thought that was
I don't
the
know
best.
that I've ever seen that.
I thought that was the best part of the schedule. The way that before the schedule got released and we just knew who the opponents were going to be, the toughest games that we had were all going to be at home. That's the only break that we really got. Because you wound up having to play all of the what was it? The NFC West and the AFC North were the 2 divisions that we got matched up against.
Oh, there's the Monday night schedule. This is certainly a better group of Monday night games than I've seen the last few years. Now, don't worry, there's some dog babies. I mean, Chicago Bears, New England Patriots. If I had to watch every second of that game to save my life, I'm not sure I wouldn't let you just fucking shoot me.
Right.
Broncos at the Jaguars. Wait, I'm confused. That's a Monday night game in London? Are they playing a Monday night game in London?
I know there's a Monday night game being played in Mexico City.
I see that one.
Okay.
But there's an international game on October the 30th. October the 30th. I don't know what day that is. It's on the Monday night schedule.
October the
30th. That's the date. I need to know what day it is.
I'm trying to pull up a calendar here on the old computer.
Mine's pulled up, but it's not like I could see it.
That is a Sunday night.
Then why is it on the Monday night schedule?
I don't know.
Just get your shit right, okay, NFL?
October 31st, the Halloween game is that was the Bengals and the Browns, right?
Okay,
That's the Monday night game.
Hold on. I love when people talk shit to me. No Smile said, I can't wait for the Patriots to shut you up again. When did they shut me up the first time? Minus Tom Brady, when did they shut me up the first time? I never doubted they were going to make the playoffs. And it happened exactly how I told you it would. I would love for an explanation of how you think they're going to shut me up. Please. Mm-hmm. I will give you open forum to say whatever you want to. You call me a fucking idiot if you want to. That Patriot schedule is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, disgusting.
I'm taking a look at the schedule again.
If I get shut up, ask the Bengals.
Right.
I'll happily take it. I don't see how you could possibly think that's going to happen. Colin Greene asked, since the Panthers play the Browns week 1, does that mean Watson's playing?
No.
I've never doubted he was playing. And I heard the exact same thing this morning driving into work.
Who said that?
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember. It was on the Fox show, which, I'm theoretically not supposed to listen to, but I do because it's
the best show.
By the way, just I just in the comments, Jonas Knox? Is that his name?
Jonas Knox. Yeah.
I always want to call him Jonah Knox for some reason.
No.
That show's really good. He doesn't like it. That show is really good. I have a huge problem usually with former players doing shows because just because you were good at a sport does not mean you're good at commentating on a sport.
Right. Yeah, let us know how you feel.
Colin Greene, he's quickly becoming one of my favorites. He said, how the hell are the Patriots going to beat anyone with Tyquan Thornton and Matthew Judon? Judon's probably the best player on that team.
Yep.
I mean, and look, I'm not going to lie. It's impossible for me to feel bad for you. You have been good for 22 solid years.
Right.
And if you think I'm a homer, I will tell you right now, my team got demolished by the schedule.
Right.
That 5.5 that I was ready to bet my house on, I ain't ready to bet my house on it anymore. We start with all 4 teams in the NFC North or AFC North, which is disgusting. Oh, Havoc. How is the Titans schedule? Just went on lunch. Let me bounce over there and find it.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way. So the Tennessee Titans will open up with the New York Giants at home. Then they go to Buffalo. Then they're at home against Vegas. Then they go back-to-back on the road against the Colts and the Commanders.
You should be 3-2 coming out of that.
I would agree with
Should
that.
be.
Bye week in week 6. Then you go Colts at the Houston Texans, so that'll be a split. And then you got at Kansas City, Denver at home, at Green Bay, home against the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a tough fucking stretch.
Yeah, that Kansas City to Cincinnati stretch sucks. But then then you go out. You should go 5-1 on the way out.
Well, you go to Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Then you got Jacksonville. That's a win. Mm-hmm. At the Chargers. I mean, you probably lose that one. And then Houston.
I would think so.
And then Houston, Dallas, Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. You're so down on Dallas. It's kind of baffling.
I'm down on Dallas because they're. I mean, what am I supposed to be jumping up and down about? Oh, we have Dak Prescott. Sweet ass, bro. You also have one receiver.
Come on. Michael Gallup is
who's coming off a catastrophic knee injury. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, was he a 2 before that? This is a kid who's never had more than 700 yards in a season. So let's calm our tits on, well, he's just going to come in and jump.
It might be. It's maybe the breakout year you've been waiting for Michael Gallup.
Derek Farrow said, I'm a Bengals fan, but dude, that Jets team is legit. I'm not going to lie to you. The Jets, how do I describe the Jets? The Jets are a lot like that girl I fell in love with when I was a kid, when I was too stupid to understand what a red flag was. And now every year, she takes me on a vacation. She does all the things. You know, she doesn't know the word no. Mm-hmm. And then the season starts. And it's just repeatedly ramming it in my ass over and over and over and over.
Well, let's break it down. First 9 weeks of the season, you got the bye week in week 10. And you go Baltimore, Cleveland, Bengals. That's
Pittsburgh.
0-3 start.
Pittsburgh.
And then you're at Pittsburgh in week 4.
I'll make a sweeping declaration.
Okay.
They're going to win 2 of those.
They'll win 2 of those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll tell you exactly who I think it'll be, too. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. There is this narrative with Cleveland that I really don't understand.
Okay.
That now they're just this infallible super team. Do you realize how many things could happen? Look, I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to get suspended. I don't. But he could.
Mm-hmm.
You need to resolve that Baker Mayfield thing yesterday. And there's a lot of shit that goes on with Cleveland that I
will say that I do believe that that Deshaun Watson will be suspended. So I'm not too terribly worried about Jacoby Brissett being the starting quarterback for the for the Cleveland Browns as they start the season with the Carolina Panthers and then have to play the New York Jets. Those could both be losses.
hit the button. Yeah! Patrick Holt, early predictions. One team from each conference that makes the playoffs that didn't last season. I'll let you go first. I know my two, and I'll be honest with you, I'd bet anything you want. Any amount of money, anything you want, I would wager it on either of the teams I'm getting ready to say.
Teams that did not make the playoffs last year that will make it this year. I'll go Miami Dolphins.
That is not one of mine.
And Minnesota Vikings.
That is not one of mine either. New Orleans Saints, Indianapolis Colts. Anything you want. Anything you want. Put a comma in it. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, I don't care. Baltimore Ravens. That's a third. That's three. Hell, you could probably find a parlay somewhere of teams that didn't make the playoffs and parlay it together.
Right.
Those three. Anything you want.
Okay.
Anything you want.
Yeah, I'd forgot about the
After
the
looking at
Ravens.
that Colts schedule and how I already felt about that team, all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Holt said, really, the Saints? Look at their schedule.
Yeah.
Look at their schedule. They have the most advantageous schedule in that division by a lot. I don't think they're drastically worse than Tampa Bay anyway.
I don't either. I think that's a one-game division.
And Tampa got just car ramrodded by the schedule. Kevin, the PRF said, first of all, welcome, Kevin, the PRF. I said the Commanders. I'll be honest with you, I almost said the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
The more we do this and the more I've looked at this, the more I'm not so sure they don't win that division. I said this on the ESPN show the other day. You could convince me any team wins that division.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't shock me in the least.
I still can't get there with the Giants.
I can get there with the Giants.
Let's see. You said it earlier, but now I'm finally getting to see the New Orleans Saints schedule.
Mm-hmm. You'll come around to my way of thinking pretty quick. Matter of fact, I'm just curious what I could live bet them to win their division at. Because I'll bet you it's a decent enough number. I'll bet you it is a decent enough number. Oh, shit! Damn it.
No.
It went down 200. It was plus 553 hours ago.
Yikes.
Yep. Missed my opportunity on that one.
Huh.
Tampa Bay's minus 325. New Orleans is plus 350.
I mean, that's an easy. I would say at the basement, they're a 10-win team.
Derek Farrow asked, am I the only one wondering why the Saints are being hyped up so much? I can tell you why I'm doing it. They kept that team, in large part, kept that team together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they lost Ron Armstead. Yes, they lost Marcus Williams, but they replaced them, A, cheaply, and B, in a talented way.
Teron Armstead got replaced by Trevor Penning in the draft.
In that system, I like coming in and being an impact player right away.
Yeah. You also have to remember they add back Michael Thomas, who if he's 80%. Remember, Michael Thomas was the number one wide receiver in the NFL just, 3 years ago? Or 2 years ago?
I just realized that when I lean into the computer, my face gets real close. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get all up in your grill.
Jameis Winston is the quarterback of that team, but again, I mean, he's a 5,000 yard a year passer, or could be. He's done it before. They won't be that pass happy.
I can't tell what that says, so I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Jazz Bat Channel, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you.
Bat Channel.
That's what I think it says. It's red on a black background because I'm a big dumbass that put colors that I can't see together. So I apologize. I saw the little graphic pop up, but I didn't get there in time to see who it was. If you would like to comment in the comments, I will actually correct your name where I can see it. Pharaoh's asking who's their quarterback. It's Jameis Winston.
Yeah, Jameis Winston is. It's not even close.
And he's the second best quarterback in that division, and it's not close.
Agreed.
It's not close.
Agreed.
Tao asked who's the running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara,
everybody's
worst,
so worried that Alvin
game.
Kamara is going to be, gone for the season, or he'll be in jail, or what.
He'll miss a game. At worst.
Yeah. Oh, but Ray Rice. Okay, that's a little bit of a difference.
Yep, and there was a video.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said that back when we were doing a show on a political station.
Well, we have video of Alvin Kamara punching that guy. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot of people say that, and there's a big difference between
I'm really glad
guy and girl.
I was about to say, I'm really glad you said that.
Right.
Because we have new things coming for this upcoming season, and one of them is I'm going to be doing a Saturday show from my house. This setup is very mobile.
Yes.
Which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out the name, but it's going to be something to the effect of Sleepy Sports.
Okay.
Not woke. Ain't no woke here, bro.
Ain't no woke here.
No. So shit like that. Yeah, he punched a guy. Do you know how many times I've punched a guy? Several. You know how many times I've ever gone to jail for it?
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
Do
you know how many times I've ever been fired for it? Zero.
Do you remember?
Actually, that's a lie. That is not true. I did get fired for it once. Don't do it at work.
Do you remember last year? I believe it was last offseason. There was a video that came out of Chase Claypool punching a dude in a parking lot and kicking him.
Here's the thing.
What happened to him?
Nothing. You know why? Because he punched a dude.
Right.
You know what's? Here's the thing. This is the way society works with dudes. We can beat the shit out of each other. You know why? Because it's what we do.
Yeah.
All right? We get mad, we get drunk, we beat the hell out of each other. So nobody cares. Alvin Kamara misses 0 games, and I think they win the division.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm gonna disagree for the square, but I think it's much closer than it has been.
Well, I mean, you also got to understand, Pharaoh could be completely right here. I'm looking at this going, I'm not scared of Carolina. I think they're better than everybody else does, but everybody else has them at 4.5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta sucks. And I don't think Tampa Bay's as good as everybody else does. You've lost a lot of pieces that are going to be hard to replace. One of them, to me.
Oh, you're talking about
Jordan Whitehead. Pharaoh asked, how much do I love C.J. Uzomah? Right now, a lot. A lot. Right now, I love our tight end room a lot. Between C.J. Uzomah and Tyler Conklin and Jeremy Ruckert.
Mm-hmm.
The soccer goalie.
The soccer goalie?
No offense, but he's my new favorite soccer goalie.
Who? Jeremy Ruckert?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was a soccer goalie.
Apparently a damn good one. He was recruited to play high-level major college soccer.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't feel bad. I've heard that story as a Jets fan on every Jet blog in the world. His hands are so good because he was a goalie and he learned how to catch a soccer ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't think I see you pulling the late season rally. Your Jets.
Oh, they'll pull a late season rally. Have no fear. I mean, they're going to go 8-9.
Okay.
7-10, 8-9, somewhere in there. The beginning of that schedule did you no favors.
No.
The middle of that schedule did you no favors. Then the bye happens and you just go, hey, win all you want because you play the Sea Chickens. And shit.
You got Jacksonville, Seattle, Detroit. That's going to be a 3-game win streak right there.
Patrick Holt said Jeremy with an unprovoked soccer reference. Get ready for judgment, folks. It's all ending.
Yeah. You got the Chicago Bears in there, too.
Wait till I start chucking out hockey one-liners here in a couple days because it's coming.
Nice.
I've gotten drastically more into hockey than I would have ever thought I would be.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Tampa Bay can't beat the Saints, so I need you to explain how the Panthers or the Falcons will. It's a good.
It's a good point.
Yeah,
It's a good point.
It's a very good point. Putting a bunch of money on the Jets this season, says Pharaoh. brutal opener for Daniel Jones. Who did the Giants get?
That's the one team in the NFC least that we haven't looked at.
All right, let's.
I mean, it's one of the 4 easiest ones in the league. So. Oh, and of course the Giants. Their first one, it's printed on a sheet of notebook paper.
Tennessee Titans.
Ugh.
They got at the Tennessee Titans, 4:25, first week of the season. Then they got the Carolina Panthers. The Ben McAdoo revenge game. Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears. That should be at least that could be a 3-1 start.
Who the fuck are they supposed to be?
Or a 2-2 start, excuse me.
There you go.
You got
And
Green Bay, the Ravens.
They have a 4-game stretch in the middle of that schedule that is pretty easy.
Jaguars, Seahawks, Texans.
God, I
Lions.
love New York. I
Holy
love
shit.
New York so much. The first link I clicked for the Giants schedule, they're doing a live prognostication of their record. Now, I need you to understand, this is a schedule where they play Washington twice, Dallas twice, Philadelphia twice. They also play, in the middle of this schedule, the Lions, the Texans, the Seahawks, and the Jaguars. The New York Daily News has them going 3-14.
Yikes.
God, I love New York.
That's
I love
awesome.
how self-deprecating we are.
That is awesome.
We hate ourselves so much.
You got at the Cowboys in Week 12. You got the Commanders and the Eagles back-to-back at home. Washington Commanders on the road in Week 15. You go Vikings on Christmas Eve. Indianapolis Colts. And then at the Philadelphia Eagles.
We got a couple questions in the comments. Kevin the PRF asked, how much of a wild card are the Falcons late in the season when Ritter starts?
No.
I'm going to be honest. I think Desmond Ritter and Marcus Mariota are the same guy. I mean, they're the same player.
And I'll take the one with more experience every time.
I don't know. I'm not sure that I will. The thing that scares me about Mariota, how many times has he played a full season?
Never.
It's 0. Yeah, he's never done it. Rob Johnson also asked, who's the favorite to have the first pick in the draft? I know my answer. I want to see if I'd write it down on a piece of paper and show it to you.
Chicago Bears.
There it is. That's the one.
Bears.
Da Bears.
I think they're going to be the worst team in the
We
league
are.
this year.
I am Bill Shorsky, and we are the super fans.
And I still believe that the Texans are going to be there as well.
They're not going to be good, but I think they're better than the Bears.
I do too, but I think the Bears might win 2-3 games. Texans are at 3-4.
All right,
It'll be a close
here's the
race.
Bears schedule. Oh my Jehovah! Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that Bears thing I said. They open 49ers at the Packers. Then they go Texans at the Giants at the Vikings, Commanders at the Patriots at the Cowboys, Dolphins, Lions at the Falcons, then at the Jets, the Packers, a bye, Eagles, Bills at the Lions, Vikings.
3 wins.
It's exactly where I'm at.
3 wins.
It's exactly where I'm at.
I give you 1 against the Lions. I give you the 1 against the Jaguars.
Hit the button. Yeah. Stephen Tao said Jeremy's show should be called The Morning After.
The morning.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I would say that's probably
good.
the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Somebody else mentioned or suggested Sleepless in the Sportsocracy. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad. No, I just
You know how I feel about alliteration. So
yeah, and I don't like it. Doing this with you for this many years, I am
ruined it for
officially
you.
done with alliteration.
Colin,
The walk of shame. The walk of shame would be. There's a story there. My wife might be watching this, so I probably should not tell it.
your cousin Colin Greene, says, all jokes aside, I feel bad for Justin Fields.
I do too. I'm going to give Justin Fields a piece of advice. He should learn some shit about the Clintons and then immediately get into WITSEC, because that is the only way. You are not going to get pummeled against that schedule I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago sucks.
Rob Johnson says he's with me on the Vikings being one of the teams that makes the playoffs this year that did not.
I don't
last year.
dislike that call. It's just, to me, there are three that are so obvious.
Yeah. I think they're the I want to say I think they're the one in the NFC other than actually they're the two in the NFC because the Saints are going to be right there. I keep forgetting they lost that down the stretch to Philly.
Armchair said he's going to Foxborough to see Pat's Bills for the Thursday nighter.
Oh, that's
just bought his tickets.
That is going to be awesome. Let's see. Vikings.
I would go to Foxborough, but I just don't want to get in a fight. Like,
holy cow!
Especially not with some from the docks guy that can't wait for Bill to prove you wrong. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Let's see. First part of the Vikings schedule before the bye week goes Green Bay at home in the opener. You'd lose that one.
Who are we talking about here?
The Vikings. You go at Philly. You got Detroit at home, at New Orleans, Chicago at home, at Miami. So that's a 3-3 start. Arizona at Washington, at Buffalo. That could be a 2-1 stretch. Dallas, New England, the Jets, all at home.
That's daunting. It is at home.
Yeah.
It is at home.
And then you go at Detroit. You got Indianapolis and the Giants back-to-back.
That's what a schedule's supposed to look like.
At home.
Minnesota's is what it should look like.
And then you go on the road for the last two against Green Bay and against Chicago. That's, again, you're going to be fighting for that last playoff spot. And you could make it. Things break your way. You could make it into the playoffs with that.
Anthony Hurd asked in the comments, what's this Jeremy Show stuff? After, I would say probably 2 weeks from now, I will be doing a Saturday show from my house. So it'll be Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asked to do that for a while. We've got other things that are coming. The beauty of this time of year is this is where ideas are made and they turn into other things. Right. So there are a few other things that I would really love to tell you right now, but I can't because there's been no money exchange hands and the signatures are not on the contracts. As soon as they are, I will tell you.
Colin says he just got off work. Why the hell is Jerry Jeudy in jail? So from what I have gathered, he's been charged with something I've never heard of before. It's criminal tampering with a domestic violence enhancer. Basically, what it sounds like to me is that he did something to his girlfriend's property, and it's a from what I saw, lawyers on Twitter, actual lawyers on Twitter.
Never trust that.
Yeah, never trust that. But it's a Class 2 misdemeanor. It's a $750 fine. It's not like battery or anything like that. It's,
when you hear domestic violence, and you immediately go,
right.
Oh,
it was criminal tampering, which basically is fucking with somebody else's property.
Yeah, basically, he knocked the windows out of her car or something like that.
Possibly.
Oh shit.
Possibly. So that's not going to be. It doesn't look like it's a major infraction. It's a Class 2 misdemeanor. Possible 120 days in jail. $750 fine. It'll go up.
I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I'm looking at the schedules here. I am going to piss some people off when we do our win projections tomorrow.
Okay.
New England Patriots fans are going to be one of them. You are not going to like that number. Oh, we have another entrant into the tattoo league.
Okay.
Sloan. I just saw that he had messaged me on the tweet.
Ah, okay. So now you're up to 8?
8.
Is that right?
Yep.
All right. So
if you don't know what we're talking about,
people.
we talked about this on the ESPN Radio Show. I have always wanted to do a tattoo league. Mm-hmm. What that is, whoever wins the league gets to choose a tattoo of their own choosing for the loser.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a tremendous one.
Right.
For somebody.
Karen Penland says, and no bond. Yeah, they didn't put a bond on it yet because he hadn't been in front of a judge.
Yeah, and where would you get arrested in Florida or you get arrested in Colorado?
I believe it was in Colorado,
So
Arapahoe County.
whichever state it was, they have a mandatory no bond for 12 hours. They have a mandatory cooling off period. If you get arrested for anything that has something to do with domestic violence, you can't have bond for 12 hours.
Yep. He got arrested around noon today, and so I mean it is what it is. There will probably be a restraining order and all that kind of stuff that plays into it. Colin says Bill put this team a year behind with that draft. Yep. Probably more than that. But I think you've been headed that way anyway. Talking about Bill Belichick.
Oh, I think this is they're my Seattle Seahawks of this year. Everybody's going to tell me, "Oh, you're stupid." Am I? Am I though? I don't think I am.
You still feel like they're going to be, no doubt, the worst team in that division.
They may not be the worst team by record.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be dog piddle. I mean, just pure fucking piddle. And if you don't believe me, play this fun game that we played on the show a few weeks ago. Where's Mac Jones among quarterbacks in that conference? It's 13, and that's if you're being nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sloan said Jeremy must have a very large back tattoo planned. Nope. Nope. This is the only hint I will give you. If you're not married, it's going to be really hard to explain when you do your nefarious things. See, I am married. So for me, if I lose, which I'm not going to, but if I did, my wife would find it really funny.
Yeah.
Because my wife is a funny human.
Rob Johnson.
Who also packed me a dinner for this late night. Oh, yeah, Bo had a super chat, and I missed it.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Going back. Back. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. That would explain why I can't find it. Bo, hit the button. Yeah! Great to see you live. Great to see you both live. Tank PhD looks good on you, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much. 66.4 pounds down now in 23 weeks. I'm very pleased with the results that we have gotten from PhD Weight Loss. MyPhDweightLoss.com.
I'm almost into size 34 pants. That's
nice.
That's really what Jeremy was after.
Nice. I went and bought some 38s about a week and a half ago, and they were real tight. Now they're actually fitting around the waist, and
what length do you wear?
I'm pleased about that. 30.
I actually have a slew of pants that you can have.
Really? All right.
I have really short legs.
I'm always about free shit. You know me.
I have short legs.
Cheaper than oxygen.
For somebody that's 6'5", I have really short legs.
Right. I would have expected you to have been at least a 33 or a 34.
Nope. I have short legs. And I also wear my pants really low.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Can't wait for that. New pants coming my way.
Now, the question is how long it's going to take for me to go through and find them. That could be a minute.
Could be. Are they? Did we bury them in your storage locker when we?
Possibly. It's entirely possible. All I know is that my wife keeps buying shorts, and they just keep getting more comfortable. Mm-hmm. So this is what it's like to be skinny people. And I'm not saying I'm skinny by a stretch, but I'm also not ridiculously fat. So now I have all of these wonderful pleated golf pants that you can buy off the rack. Mm-hmm. That's so nice.
Tyler Cunningham said he wouldn't be shocked if the Cardinals went 6-11.
You know, that's one we hadn't talked about specifically, and it was one that I was really curious to see what the schedule looked like.
Well, they open up horribly the first 3 weeks of the season against the Chiefs at home. Then they go to the Raiders, and then they're at home against the Rams. Ugh. So that's 3 losses to start out the season. Then they go to the Carolina Panthers in week 4.
But you got to remember, all these games are without DeAndre Hopkins.
Very true.
The 2 easiest games on that, the 2 easiest games in that 6-game stretch are on the road. Mm-hmm. And they're both West Coast coming east. Or no, one of the 2 is West Coast coming east.
Right.
I could see them being 1-5. Legitimately, I could see them 1-5 when DeAndre Hopkins comes back. Then you go Saints, you'll lose that. At the Vikings, you'll lose that. I could see the Cardinals being 1-7 ahead of a home date with Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, after that Seattle game, you go at the Rams, 49ers, Chargers, a bye week, Patriots, at the Broncos, Buccaneers, Falcons. I mean, I could see the Cardinals going 4-13. That's how bad this could go.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying that's what I think is going to happen.
I thought you were crazy when you said it, but 6-11 doesn't look like you'd be too far off. There is a possibility.
Anthony Hurd asked if I have a nickname. I've only really ever had one. It's Flostradamus. Or people that like to use the parody, call me Floster Dumbass. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
You know what I found about people that do that?
But the Flostradamus thing didn't really come along until the mullet, right?
Yeah, I never was a nickname guy.
But even playing sports, even playing football, playing basketball, nobody ever gave you a nickname?
I mean, not one that I'm, really attached to. Fat ass is not something that I'm just jumping up and down for people to call me.
I'm not saying what your dad called you at home. I'm saying
that was dumbass. You were close. Yeah, you were close. I thought that was my legal name until I was fucking 30. No, I was never a nickname guy. That's just not my thing. Mm. And now the Flostradamus thing, I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to say it's burned out, but it's getting close.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Oh, you're the button guy.
Hang on.
I keep going to hit buttons. I don't have buttons anymore.
Yeah! From Karen Penland, she says, you look great too, Jeremy, and we can tell.
Thank you.
She didn't want to leave you out.
Yeah, see, the bad thing is that mine sounds like shit if we compare poundage, because my 35 sounds really meager compared to his
66 and a half.
704 or whatever the hell it is. That's the reason I never say numbers. People ask that a lot. Like, you not look? No. I started it. But this was slightly before we started this program. I had gotten to almost a 310.
Mm-hmm.
Highest I've ever been in my life was 317. And now I'm 257.
Right.
And the question is, I had lost like 15 between Rona and something else right before we did this. So
right.
Technically, I cannot lump that in.
Look, you can tell people it was gonorrhea.
No. I mean, there was an MMA fighter that said he lost because of a herpes outbreak.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, that's a great time.
Twice. He said twice I had herpes.
Derek Farrow asked, are we based out of Carolina? Yes, we're a Panthers affiliate. We're a North Carolina Tar Heels affiliate. And we're in Asheville, North Kakalaki.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. We have not talked about the Panthers.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Let's see here. Panthers schedule.
Hey, you just recite it to me. I'll tell you off the dome piece.
All right, it's pulling up here. Here we go. Any moment now. Gonna have to give it to me. Come on. Okay, here we go. So we got Browns week 1 at home.
Loss.
If that's without Deshaun Watson, do you care?
Nope.
Okay. At the Giants in week 2.
I'll give you a win there.
Saints
Loss.
home. Cardinals home.
Loss.
49ers home.
Loss.
Yeesh. It's not a good start. 1-4. At the Rams.
Loss.
Then you go to the or at home against the Bucks.
Loss.
Week 7. Then at the Falcons.
Win.
Hey, there you go. You got 2 wins so far. At the Bengals.
Loss.
Yikes. Then you get the Falcons at home.
Win.
Okay, you got 3. At the Ravens.
Loss.
Home against the Broncos.
Loss.
Bye week.
Loss.
So you so at least
By
you
the way,
don't lose
this is
that
where
week.
Matt Rule gets fired because you're 3-9 right there.
Right. And then you go at the Seattle Seahawks. Could be a win, but it's on the road against the 12s.
Oh, well, they're not going to be the 12s. They're going to be the 6 and
The
a half.
14s.
It's going to be real quiet in Seattle.
Yeah. Then you get Steelers at home.
Loss.
Lions at home.
Win.
All right, so that's 4. And then you finish the season at the Bucks, at the Saints.
Double loss.
So Carolina
4-13.
Panthers pick 3rd.
4-13, you might be 1.
Could be.
4-13.
Remember Chicago? We had it 3. So
yeah, but they had a couple that were at least winnable. Carolina, there were none that I even really thought about there. Seattle, I thought about that one, but it's in Seattle.
Carolina Panthers does not look good for your schedule.
But to be honest with you, that's the best thing that could happen. Because you wind up with a quarterback and a competent coach, you could be the team we're talking about next year going, damn, this schedule's easy, and they're way better.
Right. And you got C.J. Stroud as your quarterback.
I'm not positive that's who the first quarterback is. I'm just not positive.
Well, especially if the Bears end up with the number 1 pick.
The Bears.
Because
can we take a receiver at 1?
No, they'll get Will Anderson.
I'm glad you said that. Mm-hmm. Just because we haven't talked much 2023 draft yet. Because I'll be honest with you, I think it's kind of stupid to talk about this early. Mm-hmm. I was discussing this with one of my draft brethren.
Okay.
I don't think there's a team in the league that wouldn't take Will Anderson number 1.
Really? Even if it was a quarterback?
That's how good he is.
Okay.
And my thought is there are 7 quarterbacks that are better than any quarterback that's in this draft. Mm-hmm. There's no team that's that needy. The Giants. The Giants are the one. And I don't think they're going to pick high enough for that to matter.
Carolina Panthers. They'd still take Will Anderson number 1? I don't think so.
I don't know that they wouldn't. That's how freakish he is.
Will Anderson, Brian Burns. You would get hammered.
He is the highest rated pass rusher I've ever had.
But if you don't do that, then what? You're resigning yourself to picking up a veteran in free agency.
But look how many veterans there are going to be.
Okay. Who are they?
Well, I mean, Garoppolo ends up somewhere. Mm-hmm. Hell, Baker's going to end up somewhere at some point. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that's the only 2. There's going to be a lot. You got to understand, in a class where you have 7 quarterbacks that could go in the first round, you're going to have a lot of vets displaced. Mm-hmm. Personally, that's just me personally, I would rather – I'm trying to think of a team. That would tap on a guy. Hey, you know what? We'll talk about that down the line.
Okay.
There is an answer to that somewhere. Will Anderson's a freak of nature. Mm-hmm. God, I can't wait to talk about him for 10 months.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to do a real quick search on 2023 quarterback free agents.
Well, Lamar Jackson's gonna be the best one.
Daniel Jones.
Not sure that. I'll be honest with you. Not sure that I wouldn't go that fast.
Lamar Jackson.
Hey, Baltimore.
He's gonna get franchise tagged.
I don't dispute that.
He'll get franchise tagged. I don't see any way that the Ravens let him walk.
Next season's going to be a bloodbath for quarterbacks, just so you know. Okay. I mean, it'll be a bloodbath. If you question if your team has their guy, you're probably going to take a quarterback in the first round next year.
Yeah. Derek says, Tank, secretly you're a Panthers fan. I know it. I have always said this. I want the Panthers to be good. Problem is they're not.
Right now.
They could be. Keep that defense together.
All right. Are there any teams specifically we haven't talked about? And just remember, we will be doing win-loss videos tomorrow, and that will be the ESPN radio show. Mm-hmm. The win-loss videos will go out over the weekend, and we will have the terrestrial radio version of overreacting to the schedule.
Yeah.
Because it's friggin' May, and we opened with golf one day this week.
We did. Stephen Tao says, if the Baltimore Ravens were to win the Super Bowl, obviously Lamar Jackson will get paid. Mm-hmm. They sputter in the playoffs, they'll tag him.
Yep. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Did we do the Ravens? I don't think we did.
I don't specifically remember it. By the way, bye, Sixers.
Oh, did they just lose?
Oh, they haven't lost yet, but they're down by 20. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that's done. Danny Greene had a horrific looking injury.
Danny Greene got dead.
Yeah. Joel Embiid rolled up over, what did you say? Rolled through
him.
His
He
knee.
went through his leg.
Yeah.
The Ravens schedule, you start with the Jet. God almighty, the Ravens have the same thing the Jets do. They play every team in the AFC East. That's their first 4 games. Then they go Bengals, Giants, Browns, Bucks, Saints, bye week, Panthers, Jaguars, Broncos, Steelers, Browns, Falcons, Steelers, Bengals. The back half of that schedule is really kind.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to survive the first 9 weeks. If you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, your objective, we want to be 5-4 coming out of this. Anything better than that, you're playing with house money.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have, I would say, 5 easy wins in the back 8. So your objective is just stay competitive. Just stay competitive. That's the goal.
Okay.
Anthony Hurd asked if we did the Colts. It was at the beginning, and basically what I said is I think they're going to win that division.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not upset about Tennessee's schedule either. I already believed that, and the schedule did them every favor. So Colts are a team that did not make the playoffs last year. They're my favorite team that didn't make the playoffs last year to make it this year, even above the Ravens because the Ravens' schedule is way tougher. Way tougher.
Yep. All right. Any others before we close it out?
I'm gonna have to go home and take a nap, or a night.
Indeed.
By the way, shit that I see when I'm on Twitter. Did you know Rich Paul and Adele were together?
No.
I did under no circumstances know that.
No. Rich Paul, the agent?
Yeah, they just moved in together.
Huh.
It was on Twitter.
I want to say I remember hearing
I didn't
something
know
about
that
them
in the least.
I think they were at a game or something together.
Pop culture shit, not my soiree.
No.
Did we do the Browns?
And I didn't, and
that's one we do need to do.
And of course, me, as the chubby chaser that I am, I quit following Adele when she lost all the weight.
All right, the Browns start with, let's see, their away games are in orange. So they start at Carolina, then they're home for the Jets and the Steelers, go to the Falcons.
3 wins in a row.
Chargers, Patriots, at the Ravens, Bengals, bye week, at the Dolphins, at the Bills, Bucks, at the Texans, at the Bengals, Ravens, Saints, at the Commanders, at the Steelers.
Whew. I think I got 9 out of that.
See, for me, it's all Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, if Deshaun is on this team and available to play, you will be 4-0, and I'm almost positive of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go through a 4-game stretch that's going to be tough. You find a way to win 2 of them. You're 6-2. You come out on the backside. Your objective should be, we have to be 5-3 going into the bye week. 6-5 coming out of the Tampa Bay game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to win 4 down the stretch. And there's a Texans, Commanders, Steelers, and then you have to steal one from the Bengals, Ravens, or Saints.
Gonna be tough.
It's a 10-11 win team.
Yeah. Again, depending on whether or not they have Deshaun Watson. But even
without him,
I'm looking
at the beginning of that schedule going, okay, now the Jets become a bit of a problem.
Right.
The Steelers are a bit of a problem. The Panthers and the Falcons won't be. Mm-mm. You're just going to run the ball down their throat.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's 4 games, I would say at worst you come out of that 2-2. Now it's an uphill battle, but you're still good. Still good.
Mm-hmm.
Still good.
Okay. All right, that'll do it for us here in the Sportsocracy, live from the Ingles Studio. Ingles Supermarkets, low prices, love the savings, and we will have your win totals, your win prognostications for each and every team coming up tomorrow on the ESPN Asheville show. We're live every weekday at 3 o'clock right here in the Ingles Studio. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us once again, and, of course, look forward to the next stretch of extra content that will be coming out fairly soon as we will.
We still got to do
draft grades.
We still got to do draft grades. We got to do the schedule, off-season grades, and then by the time we're done with that, we'll be into team previews and shit like that.
Yep.
So all kinds of things.
Nice. So we're going to do just
And I'm
draft.
taking a beach vacation at some point.
Are we going to do just draft grades or?
Oh yeah.
I was going to say
They won't be super
You could do
involved.
one full off-season grade. You wouldn't have to do two separate. I don't know. We're talking shit out on the air because that's what we do here in the Sportsocracy. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us once again. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Flostradamus, Jeremy Greene, and we will see you next time.